Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Henrie Ardiyanto, but you can call me Henrie. I'm a student of Information System from Sriwijaya University. So in this video, I'll be presenting to you about my solution for operating system midterm exam that's supervised by Ms. Nurul. So in this video, I will be completing several system administration tasks using Linux and VirtualBox. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so this is the table of content about the material that we will cover. That is a main case, directory structure, file manipulation, access permit setting, symbolic link, and user mask. The main case is a system administrator is needed to set up the working environment for the development team. Each student must create a directory and file structure according to their identity. So this is the assignment for directory structure. First, we need to create a home directory name after our ID and our name in our directory. Within this directory, create 3 subdirectories that include document, code, and archive. After that, view the result of the directory structure using the appropriate command. So, this is my command that I already done in my Ubuntu. This is the make directory command is to create a new directory. This is the parent command is to create a parent or create a new parent directory. And this design that I used for a shortcut to my directory. In my case, my directory is codebind. And this is the subdirectory that is including document, code, and archive. And this is a command for displaying the directory structure. I'm using list to display directory contents, and I'm also using long and all. It's to displays detailed information such as the permission, the ownership, the size, and the modification date. There is also hidden files of the displays. This is the assignment for file manipulation. First, we need to create a file named identity text in the document directory with the following information: name, student ID, and program of study. After that, copy the identify text file to the archive directory and rename it to identity backup text. Move the identity text file into the code directory, and then use the appropriate command to view the contents of the identity backup text file. This is the command for my second assignment about file manipulation. I'm using change directory to changing my directory into document subdirectory. After that, I'm using echo command to putting this following statement: my name, my ID, and my program of study. And I'm using this command to direct it into identity.text. After that, to display it, I'm using concatenate or cat command to displaying identity.text that we already direct before. And this is the output that we already put before. For the B, C, and D part, I'm using change directory again to changing my directory into the main directory. And I'm using copy command is to copy the files. This first parameter is the source of file that want to be copied, and the second parameter is the destination, the location, and the name of the new file. And I'm using move command is to move files from one location to another. It can also be used to rename files. And I'm using cat again or concatenate to displaying the contents of identity backup text. As you can see here, the uh, backup name is backup content is contains the same the same thing as main content. So for the access permit setting, we need to grant read and write permission to the file owner, read only permission to the group, and no permission to other users for identity backup.txt. After that, change the ownership of the identity backup.txt file to the root user and the staff group. After that, view the access permission and file ownership information after the changes are made. So this is my command for the A, B, and C part of the access permission setting assignment. First, I'm using change mode to change the file permission, and this 640 value is the permission in octal format. 6 is for the owner, 4 is for the group, and 0 is for the others. This change owner command is to change the file ownership, and this sudo command is you can call it super user do to grants administrative rights to run the command. And this root and stuff is indicates that the new owner is the root and the new group is the stuff. For displaying the contents, for displaying the access permission information, I'm using list again. As you can see here, the output, this is the file permission, this is the number of hard links, this is the group, this is the file owner, this is the file group, this is the file size in bytes, this is the last modification date, and this is the full file path. The next assignment is symbolic. First, you need to create a file named reference nim.txt that contains this text. This is the operating system documentation for student using student ID. After that, create a symbolic link to reference nim.txt called shortcut nim.txt. View the list of files in the directory along with their attribute information to verify that the link was created. After that, modify the contents of the shortcut nim.txt file to documentation updated by my name or student name. After that, view the contents of shortcut nim.txt. What is happening? Explain. Okay, so for making reference name.txt file, I'm using this command, and I'm using echo to put this particular text in this new file. After that, I'm using link and s or symbolic command to create a symbolic link. This is the symbolic link. To display it, I'm using list again to display all the content. This is, as you can see, the output of the content that we already done before. This is in the last line, you can see the symbolic link that we put, and it is pointing at the original file. To changing the contents of reference, to modify the contents of this shortcut name file, I'm using echo again to this new file that we created before, and to show it, to display it, I'm using can content again. As you can see, this is the output. Let's move on the last assignment. So the last assignment is user mask. First, we need to check the default umask value on our system. After that, change the umask to O27 and create a new file named data nim.txt. View the permission of the data nim.txt file after it is created. Explain how the umask change affects the permission of the newly created file. Let's just move on. So the first assignment is pretty easy. To check the default umask value, you just need to type umask, and this is the output. This the your previous umask is 0002. To change it, you only need to type umask and the new value you want it to change. For the assignment, I'm changing my umask to 027. After that, to create a new file that named data name.txt, I'm using touch. This touch command is to create a empty file with permission affected by the newly set unmask that we create before, that we changed before. And this list command is to display permission information and other details for the newly created data. As you can see here, this is the display of the information, and that is all. For the explanation how the umask change affects the permission of the newly created file is umask is a value used to determine the default permission when creating a new file or directory. This value works by subtracting from the maximum possible permissions. For file, the maximum permission are usually write, or 666. For directories, the maximum permission are usually 777 or read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. If we set the umask to 027, like the assignment told us, so 0 there is no change at all because the previous umask is already 0. The second digit to subtract right from the group permission. The third digit 7 to subtract read, write, execute from other user permission. And with this new umask or umask u027, the new file will have these following permission. 666 subtract 027 is 640 in octal, which means read, write, read permission. So owner can read and write, group can only read, and other user have no access at all. So that is the umask change effects. Okay, that is all my presentation about the solution for my operating system mid-semester exam. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.